Hi, my name is Taylor. I'm a therapist and I work at HeartSupport and I love metal music. So what we're going to do is we're going to react to this new metal song. It's by Make Them Suffer. It's called Ghost of Me. And then we're going to talk about the lyrics and how they relate to mental health and hopefully use them as a way to ignite positive change and give you some tips and tricks to navigate this crazy thing we call life. All right, let's do it. Whoa. Okay, and this song is also all about mental health. Okay, so let's talk about it. Cry yourself to death upon your bed of broken crowns once placed upon you. Okay, when I hear that line, I think that someone has been reaching for outside acclaim, outside affirmation, outside validation, and those are the crowns that are getting placed on their head, and they're still crying themselves to sleep. They're still sad. Something that I notice is that as humans, and a lot of my clients do this, is we externalize and search outside for affirmation, for validation, for control, for happiness, for joy, because going inside feels too overwhelming. and too scary. And so something to do and to try is to notice when you're externalizing. Notice when you're saying, if just I had this, or if just they thought this, or they did this, then I would be happy, loved, successful. Because that externalization is almost never true. In any given moment, we often have the things that we need, but we don't feel complete. We don't feel whole. It's like when you're watching a movie, right? It is so much easier to look at the movie and to be like, oh, I wish this was different, or I wish they wrote it this way, and that should have happened, and this person should have acted in this way, and like they should have used this song as the soundtrack. That's a really easy thing to do. It's external, right? You're pointing outwards and saying, you should do this. It's much harder to be an actor in the movie, right? It's the same with our lives. It's so much easier to look outside of us and say that the scenery, the set, the stage needs to change, when often what really needs to happen is we need to go inside and, feel around for what we actually need that we could be working on to give ourselves instead of expecting other people to give it to us. Now, that doesn't mean that we should accept treatment that isn't for us, and that doesn't mean that we aren't worthy of receiving validation and praise from other people, but it becomes dangerous when we think that other people need to change in order for us to be happy. Can't be you. It's everybody else. Ooh, I really like this line because I hear it like very sarcastically, like, can't be you, must be everybody else. And this is actually something that I help my clients see in therapy. If we find ourselves in similar patterns, in similar situations, it may not be our fault that these things are happening, but it could be that we have an opportunity to be a part of the change. For example, if you're someone who consistently finds yourself in relationships where your needs aren't being met, or you are always feeling disappointed by your partner, or there's a lack of commitment, or anything like that, those things may not be your fault, but there may be a part of you that is comfortable in that dynamic, so you continue to seek it out. And it may not even be a conscious comfortableness. It may actually just be more of an unconscious familiarity, often based off of things that we witnessed or experienced in childhood. So if you find yourself in similar situations, painful situations with similar patterns, it's really difficult to stop saying, this is happening to me, and to start saying, I am choosing this. But if you can find the part that you are choosing, whether you're choosing it consciously or unconsciously, then you have the power to change it. It also is so much more empowering because it puts you in a place of opportunity to take control instead of a place of this is happening to me and it keeps happening to me over and over and over. It may be the case that some of the things that have happened to you are not your fault. It probably is. And also, you have an opportunity and a responsibility to try to create new and better patterns for yourself in the future. And that is possible. Wherever you are, it's possible. But it has to start with a desire to change and a willingness to see where you may choose familiar pain instead of unfamiliar joy. Do you realize that you hate yourself? I really like that line because it's really easy for us to see and notice when other people are self-sabotaging. And it's often difficult for us to see when we are self-sabotaging ourselves. And the interesting thing, something I learned about self-sabotage, and I see with my clients all of the time, is that self-sabotage is actually often just misdirected self-love. For example, let's say that you guys got a really great job interview opportunity for your dream job and you're so excited, and for some reason though, you still procrastinate until the night before the interview to cram and learn everything about the company and prep for the interview. You only give yourself the night before. Why would you do that? Why would you self-sabotage like that? Well, because then it may feel less painful if you don't get the job. It may feel less painful to say, well, I procrastinated and I didn't learn as much as I could, so I wasn't able to give my best, and that's why they didn't choose me, than it would be to say I gave my absolute best and it still wasn't good enough. Maybe procrastination was your way of protecting yourself in the past from feeling disappointed or not good enough about who you were and what you had to offer. In our conscious minds, it often doesn't make a lot of sense. But in the unconscious mind, self sabotage is often just a misdirected self love. So it's really easy for us to see when other people are doing things that aren't what someone who would love and care for themselves would do, because it's clearer. We don't have the unconscious goggles on that blind us to our own ways. We're able to see other people maybe more clearly than we are able to see ourselves at times. What is the good news about that is that if it's just misdirected self-love, then we actually just need to redirect. We need to reroute the GPS. And that's good news, because then we don't have to create something new. We just have to reroute something that's already inside of us. I love you guys, and I freaking love this song. Make Them Suffer. Thank you for a mental health banger. If you are struggling, please comment below and share what you're going through. How do you self-sabotage? How do you find yourself in patterns that keep repeating? Share and tag at HeartSupport in the comments, and we will provide support and encouragement.